Abby. I am from the Houston site. I am the health fitness professional here. We are going to get started on our balance in just a second. I'm going to go over our waiver real quick and then we'll get started. You just need a chair and you can kick off your shoes for this or you can keep them on. It is optional, up to you. If you keep your shoes on, it's going to be a little bit of an added balance challenge. So yeah, your decision, up to you. For this week's waiver, we just have Beat the Trainer, which ends this Friday. So hop on to Jenny's strength class at 7:30 Pacific time or 9:30 Central time and join her in that wall sit challenge. If you've not been able to participate live in any of the other ones, you can just hop on over to her YouTube and participate there and submit your numbers through Slack. And that's kind of all I have for y'all today. And I'm going to make my screen bigger and we'll get started. All right, go ahead, kick off those shoes if you're going to. Bring your chair and place it by your mat. We're not going to use it just yet, but we will be using it today. So I'm going to take those shoes off. All right, I want you to come to the center of your mat or the room or wherever you are and place your feet a comfortable distance apart, whether that's shoulder width, hip width, up to you. We're going to spend this first few seconds practicing our breathing and engaging our core because core is so essential for balance. So I want you to, I'm going to give you a side view. I want you to breathe in through your nose and picture expanding that diaphragm, which is like a basket at the bottom of your rib cage. So expanding that, filling that belly up in there like it's a balloon. And then exhaling through your mouth and tightening that core like it's a corset, pulling that belly to spine as you exhale. Inhale, relaxing those abdominal muscles, filling the belly up with air. And then breathing out through your mouth, pushing that breath out like somebody kind of gonna punch you. And then we're gonna inhale again. And exhale, push that breath out and feel those core muscles engage, the muscles in your belly, the muscles in your back, like it's wrapping around them, and the muscles even in that spine. And one more big deep breath in. And exhale, pulling that belly in tight. The belly button should lift up just a little bit, bringing that pelvis to neutral so that we're not dumped forward and we're not in an anterior pelvic tilt, but we're perfectly neutral. All right, now that we've kind of engaged our core a little bit, take those feet about hip width distance apart, and we're going to start with some heel rockers. So you're going to come up onto those toes. We're going to warm up those muscles in the lower legs, in the ankles, and in the calves. And then I want you to add a rotation. So you're going to rotate your chin to the right side of the room. And then you're going to rotate it back forward. And then you're going to rotate that head left. And then you're going to bring it back to the center. We're doing this because balance is made up of three components, three systems in your body. The somatosensory, I said that so wrong, which is basically all the information that comes from your muscles, joints, and skin. And then your vestibular system and vision. And so the vestibular system is that there's like this little pocket of fluid in your ear called the vestibule. And when you move your head, it adds the balance challenge. So that's why we're doing that. And one more heel raise, and you can lower those feet back to the ground. Shake out those legs. I don't know about you, but my calves are burning. And then we're going to take our left quad up, and we're going to grab it with our left hand. If you can't get up that far, you can place that foot on your chair. So if you can't pull quad to belly, to back, you can place it on the chair. And then you're going to raise that left arm. Raise your right arm. And you're going to lean. And you're going to take a deep breath in. And on that exhale, I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to feel your toes reach and grip the floor. Feel that right quad engage. And as you exhale, pull that belly button tight to spine and try to maintain that position. Inhale. Exhale, pushing the air out of your diaphragm. Recentering yourself if you're wobbly like me today. And one more big deep breath in. And you can drop that left foot to the ground and reach back and grab that right ankle or place it on the chair behind you. Raise the left hand. Inhale. Exhale, close those eyes. Again, engaging that left quad, gripping the ground with your toes, engaging the core as you push that air out of your belly and engage those core muscles, tightening it like a corset, pulling belly back to spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. You can drop that foot, shake out those ankles. And now this is where you're going to need your chair. I'm going to turn my chair around and place it at the front of my mat. And I want you to walk up to your chair, place your fingertips on it, and then you're going to take a couple steps back. Far back enough that you can lean forward. So I need to step a little bit back and straighten your arms completely out. And then once you're ready, once you're in that position, I want you to kick that right leg up into the air and push that chair away enough. If it's a rolly chair, if it's not a rolly chair, then just lift those hands. Inhale, engage the core and lift the hands away from the chair. On that exhale, you can bring those hands back to rest on it. Try to straighten out that left leg. Knee can be soft, but it doesn't need to, it shouldn't be bent. So you don't have to lock out. And I don't want you to be like, we're not rocking our hips. Our hips should be in line with the floor. You need to bring hands to hips if that helps and just raise that right arm. You can do that. And try to keep that leg high behind you, really engaging with the core, pulling belly back to spine. And you can plant that right leg back on the ground. We're going to do the same thing with the left. Inhale, reach forward, grab the front of the chair, hand your hips back, knees soft, not locked out, but not bent, and kick that left leg up. Inhale. Exhale, engage that core and lift the hands away from the chair. Exhale, let them rest back on the chair. Inhale. Exhale. If you need to not be totally parallel with the floor, you can just hover the left foot behind you and raise those arms up. Or you can come completely parallel with the floor. Up to you. Inhale, exhale, squeeze that belly button to spine. Inhale, exhale, last one, inhale, exhale, and bring feet back together. Reach those hands up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in and slide them down your legs and reach for those toes. Take a deep breath in, and as you're in this toe touch position, just to continue to connect with your breathing, with your diaphragm and your core and those core muscles, I want you to inhale and allow that breath to kind of lift your chest slightly. And then you're going to exhale deeper into that toe touch. Inhale, let it lift you, and exhale, allow it to sink down. Inhale. Fill that balloon up in the air, that diaphragm up in the air. Exhale, and inhale and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, using that core to control you on the way up. And exhale. That's all I have for y'all today. Thank you so much for joining Balance Break. I hope that it felt great, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your week.
Thank you, Abby.
You're so welcome. Have a good one.
Thank you, Abby.
You're welcome.
Bye.